Hello there, welcome back to my channel. So what I'm going to be doing today is just a quick video about some kind of child-friendly, easy beginner exercises that kind of just lay out the mechanics of how the voice functions. So we'll be doing this in a smaller range today, still low and high voices, but we're not going to be going to quite some extremes. Just a quick little video to kind of get our bodies moving, our voice moving, and things going. So first things first. Breathing. The voice is the breath. So I want us to breathe through our nostrils like we're taking a smell of our favorite smell. We're taking a big old whiff of something delicious, maybe some cookies or whatever you want to visualize. So I want you to take that lovely, oh my gosh, this smells so good, breath, opening up your space. Notice the way it feels in your throat. And I want you to have your hands on your ribs. And now the goal is to allow the ribs to expand, which makes the diaphragm contract and descend. So that is what we want. And as singers, we want to keep that diaphragm in the descended position as long as possible, basically, so that we have optimal control over our airflow. Using the other muscles. So anyway, that's too much explanation anyway. Let's go and try this easy exercise. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then I want you to just go out on a shh for as long as you can, like you're trying to say shh to your friend. And the goal is to keep your ribs open even though you're breathing out. They're going to want to go like this. We're going to try to keep them like this and breathe out at the same time. So let's try that. So ready, breathing through the nose, go. Hold and then shh. Good. So again, notice your body's going to want to go like this. Right? Look how much I deflate. But we have to stop that process as singers. So we have to stay expanded. So after you get comfortable with the long S, like you're swishing your friend, let's do some short ones. So I'm going to give you 1, 2, ready. Shh, 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 shh. Let's try that together. So 1, 2, ready. Shh, 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 shh. Good. Let's try another consonant. Anytime you have a consonant, you almost want to feel this little bounce here. Let's try. And also you can breathe through your mouth too. I've been breathing through my nose lately. So breathe in through either at this point. So, or whatever feels comfortable, as long as you're feeling those ribs expand. So let's try that. And then we're going to do K's. So 1, 2, ready. Let's try that again. 1, 2, ready. Good. Keeping those ribs expanding, you might feel a bounce. Let's try another one. Let's actually do one of my favorite exercises that we're going to do anyway. So it's called rapatika. So we have ra, pa, tika, SHs, Vs, and then sk. And again, the point is so that we're expanding and we can feel a tiny little bit of bounce to support each consonant, but we keep the ribs re-expanding. We don't let them collapse like this. So I'll give you that count off and let's do it together. So it's okay if you don't catch it the first time. We'll do it twice. So ready, 1, 2, ready. Rapatika. Let's try that again. Ready. Rapatika. Now, this is also hard because on some of the consonants we phonate, we activate our voice. So on we phonate, and on obviously r, and then obviously the vowels e, right? But the rest of it are unvoiced consonants. So sh, there's no voice, and sk, there's no voice either. So we're alternating between phonating and then just breath, but also keeping everything supported at the same time. So once you get that comfy, just using your speaking voice, let's do it on the piano. So let's just do C, if you're a low voice down here, C. So let's try that, but we're gonna go rapatika, So we're practicing kind of activating our voice and supporting at the same time. So let's try that. 1, 2, sorry, little one. 1, 2, ready. rapatika. Good. Yeah. Like I said, the v is probably the hardest thing. Now don't go va, 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 but so we're puffing the air with our mouth in the V position. We never want to over engage things when we don't need to. So let's try a next exercise. So this bouncy feeling that we just discovered in Rapatika, let's do it while we're also singing vowels. So staccato notes also come from that feeling, so short notes. So we're gonna do he. Take a second, giggle at me, pretend I'm funny. I know it's hard, but giggle. So see what happens here. He, ha, 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 right? You should feel ha, 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 a little bounce in your ribs. So it's that feeling we want to activate. It sends like a little puff of air to your subglottal airspace here, and then your vocal folds come together, coordinated with that puff of air, and it's called a balance onset anyway. It's an important thing. But yeah, so that's kind of the mechanism of it. We don't want to over tighten here to control the air. All the breath management comes from here. So let's try that. So we're gonna go he and expand on that initial breath and then let it bounce. So we're gonna go he and just go a couple keys, okay? So 1, 2, ready. Good. So I would normally go higher, but that's a good place to start for a beginner. Let's keep going. So we want to start with who and ha, or sorry, who and he for that exercise with those closed vowels. And remember, vowels, different shapes are important too. So ooh, you actually want it to look like an ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. If you make it by the shape of your, if you try to make that sound other than here, it's just going to be tight. So hoo, 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 he. E is a tongue vowel made by the height of the tongue. The tongue kind of looks like that. On the inside, it's the highest tongue position we have. So those are kind of the two starting points. We have our E vowel, closed, most forward, highest tongue. And then our U vowel, our most back and closed, and a lip vowel, our most closed lip vowel. So anyway, so let's try another one. So let's see. Let's also do V slides. So the same that we did a couple minutes ago, we're just going to do. So we want to do a V because again, we're just doing phonation and air. We're not involving vowels or any other consonants, words, anything like that. In addition, to increase the air, actually, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, so let's just try that. So we're going to stay expanded, and I want you to try to keep the air as even as possible. That's what I should have said. So we have rather than you can hear how much air I use there, right? Totally different sound. So we want to keep it efficient and like a trickle. So keeping the ribs expanded. So let's try that on a V, and then we're going to open to a vowel. So let's try that. So down there if you're a low voice, or up here if you're a higher voice or a child. So let's try it. Ready? you try to avoid feeling any constriction here, but just a nice even airflow. To actually produce a higher note, your larynx is moving. The thyroid cartilage tilts, so you'll feel something, and you know there are muscles in your throat, but you don't want to feel anything that feels grippy or tight, and that is gripping the air. So let's do the same thing, but let's do it on a voo. So voo, remember the shape. So ready, go. Voo, voo. Same air as the V. Voo, voo. Keep going. Voo. I'm gonna be quiet now. Two more. One more. Good. Okay. So it's been about 11 minutes here, and I think that pretty much sums up some easy beginner exercises you can do to start getting the foundations of our vocal mechanism going. So our breath management, onsets a little bit with the he's, and ha-ha-has and ho-ho-hos and all that. And then we're also just kind of practicing turning on phonation and just getting that even airflow with a healthy phonation that we can kind of base everything off. Remember, voice is a mechanism. That's all it is. So once you understand the mechanism, you can manipulate it to whatever style you want, as long as you understand it. So anyway, I hope this was a good little practice sesh. Again, I know I talked quite a bit, but I think it's important to know the why of what we're doing. So yeah, happy singing, and hopefully this gets you started on a couple basic exercises.